Welcome back for another episode of BarTalk.
Hello?
It's your host, Abigail, and your co-host, Tracy, in the house.
Yep.
And we are here,
Talk about a couple things.
Oh yeah, we're doing a quickie.
Yeah, we're doing a quickie.
Last week we had an episode with Hector. Tracy was getting tattooed. Hector was like, I didn't say like anything. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
But he was focused.
Also, he was like in the zone and he was doing his thing, but his story's really fucking cool. And we didn't even get to have our fucking moment because we got matching tattoos.
Yes.
And Abigail was like, I am tired. I'm going to leave. And then I left for the weekend. And I was we were like, oh, this was not as sentimental as we wanted it to be. So,
no. But we definitely got matching tattoos. Mine is on my hand. And Tracy's is on almost the inside of her elbow on top of her forearm.
All right. So originally he was not going to let you do it on your hand. So what changed?
He realized there was no other room.
You could have got your whole arm is open.
No, dude. My inside of my bicep is open, but there's already those flowers there and it's too small. He's not going to waste room on my bicep.
I see. Okay.
And also is a fucking good idea.
It was a really good idea. I love it.
Yeah.
It actually works out perfectly over your thumb.
Yep.
Plus you got small hands.
I got small. I got little hands.
Yeah, you got a ton of hands.
Yeah. So, and then I got a tattoo on my ear.
Yeah, beautiful.
Literally on.
Love it.
On the ear hole.
Love it. So like leaves if you can't see, and it works perfectly so that way she can get some piercings in between.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Very
and
cool.
Then
that must have been loud as shit in your ear, no?
Yeah, it was annoying. And then inside of my bicep and some fill, and then I'm done with the arm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy schmancy.
I have no idea what I'm gonna put on the inside of my arm, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, whatever. I like the glasses and the hat situation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really festive. Yeah, if you're watching the video version of this, I look freaking good right now.
Look festive as fuck, bitches.
I look good as hell right now.
So we just got back from Central Florida.
I didn't. She did.
Yeah, I did. It was such a fun fucking weekend. It was really, really good. Super proud of all my people. I'm going to give a shout out to the flockers because this year was absolutely chaotic. We had like something going on every single month since January.
Yes.
And I just cannot believe that the year is over. Like I was going through my videos and stuff today, like to make that reel that I made earlier. And I just like cannot believe how much shit we actually did. And I give them major props because not only do they train with us all the time, but they also travel with us. And we've traveled across the country for these races and we bring groups of people. Yeah. Like there was 15 of us pretty much in Utah. There was 20 of us in Central Florida. Like we travel all over the place. Yeah. So mega shout out to my people.
Love you guys.
Definitely couldn't do this shit without them. But it was awesome. Everybody did really well. Rich got second place.
Tracy got
first place.
Even though she's a little bitch, she's like, my ankle hurt.
Yeah, no, I wasn't being a little bitch. Let's talk about, I don't even know what to do about this. I am like battling this fucking injury, man, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. I literally don't know what to do. And I'm actually pretty pissed off about it because I felt good all week. Like I am having this crazy flare up going on in my calves and in my ankles. My ankles are swollen so bad to the point where my feet are numb. And I have been doing all of the rehab possible. Like I've been getting dry needled. I've been going to the chiro. He's been helping me out a lot, doing ARP therapy, just doing, pretty much everything that he can.
Every time I get injured, or I'm hurting somewhere like my neck or my back or whatever. My neck.
My back. My pussy and my crack.
All right, aside. Jordan will always be like, it's because you don't sleep enough. It's because you don't eat enough. So I'm just going to say that to you.
Yeah, well, that's my life.
Yeah.
Welcome to it.
So
I also think
get
it's
some
like
rest.
Yeah. Well, I also think I put just like I'm just overtraining right now. I mean, like I'm overtraining and I'm still living my life and doing my thing, but I just like, I felt really good. I've got my groove back. I'm in the rhythm. So I put a lot of miles on my feet, a lot of time on my feet, and my body just ain't bodying. My ankle ain't ankling. Okay. The calf ain't calfing.
Okay. I feel like I'm always in a state of, in quote, overtraining.
Right. But that's what I was thinking too. It's kind of like because we do shit all day and we're like nonstop.
I don't really feel like I'm.
Yeah, but it's different when you're like out there, actually major shout out to Rich. I'm just going to say this. Last year, the race in itself had like two pretty long stretches. One was really fucking long, was like a mile long. The other one was maybe like a half a mile and a couple different spats in between of like high water. Yep. But it was super fast, like It was super fast.
Yep.
It was super fast.
Yep.
Florida is like flat and fast, but 2 things of water. And it just like, if you're not training in that, obviously it kills your hips, calves, ankles, the whole 9. But it really is not that bad. This year, there was like 5 different areas of high waist water. And my feet were just not having it. Like that flexion I was getting in my feet every single time you would pull through that hard, like tall grass through the water, it was like searing pain. So in the middle of the race, cause Rich ran it with me, he's like an actual G. He like had to pull me through because my feet went numb, not like pins and needles numb, but like genuinely numb. Cannot feel anything past my ankle. And it's scary because you're running out there and it's like you can't feel the ground underneath your feet. So I'm falling on my ass left and right.
Something going on with your hip.
I don't know, but I've been really trying to do everything I can. So I'm just kind of in this motion of I'm not running. I have that like high rocks in 2 weeks and I'm just not even fuck the running. I'm just gonna bike from here on out and just take it easy and see whatever happens.
Okay.
But anyway, somehow I ended up pulling first place, which is actually insane.
Yeah.
But everybody was worse than me, so I guess I can't really be that mad about it.
Yeah.
You know? So it was awesome. Really cool. Oh my God, my brother just FaceTimed me, sorry. All right, so with that being said, because we're closing out the year, I posted something today, and it was some things about what we've learned from this year. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. I feel like we're always talking about what we were learning.
Not what, but this is like I got some people in responses, so I'll read them and then we can talk about them.
Okay. Do I just judge them or do we like comment on it? Like, what is the plan?
Yeah, kind of. I have a couple responses. So.
Okay.
All right, ready? So this one's coming from somebody that actually just did the race with us.
Okay.
And my thing was basically I went through all year, went through January through December, and it was from a thing from the office, and it was like, oh, this sucks, set it or whatever. So I said, what is something that you learned from this year? And they said, you are probably more ready than you realize. Do you think that that's like true all the time or no?
You're probably more ready than you realize?
Yeah.
I think it's I think it depends, but really I think that it's when it's time, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would be, I think that's I think like what they've learned isn't anything like wrong. I think that's an incredible thing to be like, hey, especially if you struggle, like if this person struggles with confidence, in themselves and feeling prepared and feeling ready, I think that's a great thing to learn. It's like, you're actually probably more prepared than you think. I think that you can definitely go into things super unprepared and
that's
take
what I was
that
say.
for, take advantage of that statement. So I think for me, what I've had to learn off of that is like, whether you're ready or not, it's time. Like when it's time, it's time. So quit worrying about
how ready you are and just do it.
If you're doing the work, quit worrying about the level of preparedness when it's the moment.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree with all of that. Piggybacking off of this, somebody said that you have more self-esteem than you realize.
Yeah. Do you?
Which I don't know. Yeah. I kind of read that and I was like, I don't really know. Like, I think people don't have as much credit.
Yeah, self-esteem is like an emotion, so you might actually you might be more capable than you realize, like, despite your self-esteem issues.
Right.
But I feel like, no, like, your level of self-esteem is just like your level of self-esteem.
Well, I just think it's one of those things where you're always your worst critic. You're always your worst critic, so it's going to grow over time, or, like, I don't know. You have more self-esteem than you realize. I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like it comes and goes. So I don't really know if that statement is even true.
One, I think that self-esteem is linked to emotion, and emotion is fleeting, and it's not something like, it's a fickle experience.
Right.
And so also like your level of self-esteem, I think, can grow. Like maybe they meant like you have the ability to have more self-esteem than you realize.
Or like you're better than you think, which is why I said you're your own worst critic.
But
it's not really self-esteem.
You might not be fucking that great. What do you mean you're better than you think?
It's like you might actually look like shit.
Yeah.
Like you might look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I look pretty mid. And you actually look pretty fucking mid.
Yeah. I like self-esteem also. I don't know. It's sometimes it's low there to help you.
Yeah. So it's a love-hate relationship.
Sometimes it's there to kick you in the ass a little bit and get you to realize that you actually ain't the shit. I don't know. Like, Low self-esteem's got me pretty far.
Yeah. I do a lot of things with low self-esteem, actually.
You know, like, well, but it propels you. I think it's a realm of propulsion when it comes to action. It's like if you have low self-esteem, it can be a hindrance. Like, it can keep you from doing things because you're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think if you have low self-esteem, it's like, I want to be better. Like, you can treat it as some level of intrinsic motivation to drive you to pursue something greater than who you think you are. And then maybe you can start thinking that you're better than what you thought you were because you've started moving and acting in accordance with the person you want to become.
Right.
So it's like you have the ability to develop greater and deeper respect for yourself and self-esteem. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that it's just like you have more self-esteem than you think. I think that what you feel is what you feel. Like, your self-esteem is where it's at.
Agreed. This one says, I learned no useless spending and budget and suffer now to look at a bigger picture later.
Oh, delayed gratification is money. Delayed gratification is the shit. I think that
delayed gratification in money,
in everything.
Yeah, I don't think that has to do with just money.
Yeah, I think that everything good in life comes through delayed gratification of sorts.
Yeah, but it says no useless spending and budget. And sometimes I think that's a little confusing because, I was going to say useless. Like, for me,
a coffee every morning is useful.
I was just literally just thinking, like, bitch, don't say we don't spend $5 a fucking Lucky Goat every day.
Yeah.
Okay. That goat bomb with almond milk, eh?
Unnecessarily purchasing deli meat.
Yeah.
Useful.
Yeah.
Protein, muscles.
So
muscle mommy.
Like, experiences, like the travel, useless spending might be the tattoos, but we love them.
See, and useless, that is subjective because
what is useful to you?
Right, because this is my thing. So, like, if I'm like, no useless spending, somebody would be like, Abigail, why in the fuck would you pay $5 every day for a coffee? And I'd be like,
because I don't want to kill you.
It keeps me alive.
Right.
It keeps me alive.
Yeah. Like, people, they say they're like, at the end of the year that there's a guy that actually works at Starbucks and he makes like healthier Starbucks drinks, which is actually total horseshit if you ever watch that guy. I mean, like, love you, mean it, do your thing, but there ain't nothing healthy at working at Starbucks. I've worked there, so it's not healthy. But it's like, at the end of the year, you will save this much money. Okay, or I'll spend that amount of money and not be an asshole to everybody I see because I need coffee in the morning to survive. So,
and I'm up so early I don't feel like making it myself.
Yeah, like that amount of money, you should be thankful that I spend, or else you would probably hate me.
Also, another side note, like, if some people would think that it's useful to be like, let me go get my hair extensioned and dyed so I can, like, look presentable.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, that's the most dumb shit I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. Why would you spend $600 on hair extensions? Mm-hmm. This is a waste of money. Mm-hmm. Or like Botox. I'd be like, this is a fucking waste, but catch me when I'm 35. I'll be like, this is the most useful.
Okay, that was one. It says, look good to feel good. Agree or disagree?
Ooh.
Agree.
I would agree.
I agree totally.
But
if I dress like shit, if I have clothes that are not necessarily...
You always dress like shit.
Brother, do not.
Don't brother me. Everybody at Momentum Fitness Tally who's listening to this podcast right now, I want a poll. Does Tracy dress professional for her job?
Okay,
or
no one said professional.
Okay, does she dress well for her job? Bitch. Okay.
All I'm in is a fucking sports bra and a pair of shorts. Right.
So she's training her clients in sports bra and spandex
if I am wearing a sports bra that is like too tight and I feel like the fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame in the mirror like this, like right, like Hercules looking motherfucker, like me all the time. I will hate myself and I will not perform well. If I'm wearing something that I'm like, oh, I actually look decent today, half decent today, you bet your ass I'm gonna have a good workout.
Okay, I think that, yes, look good to feel good is 100%. Like, if I feel that, but for me, it's different, right? Like, looking good to me doesn't mean, like, doing my makeup every day and, like, getting Botox and, like, getting a massage. Or, well, no, I get a massage. Or, like, getting a facial. Like, that's not, like, look good, feel good. For me, it's, like, kill my body in the gym, have a fat ass.
But like the things that you work on. Yeah, we're talking about like, I guess they're saying like, look nice good, clothes. Dress, do your hair. Yeah. The way you look is the way you're going to feel.
Yeah, I will say if my hair is not done, at least a little, like I don't have to do it nice, but if it's like not done at all, I will lose my shit. Also, if my eyebrows are not like, dude, the last week before I get my eyebrows done, I want to hide from the world because you have to wait to wax them. Like, you have to wait for them to grow out a little bit so they fucking have something to wax.
Yeah.
And, dude, the last couple weeks, I'm like, oh, my God, don't look at me.
Dude, that's a fucking mid moment right there is when somebody literally says to you, oh, shit, you look good today. And you're like, what'd you do to your hair? And you're like, I combed it. Yeah. Like, for me, I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, thank you. Like, fuck. What's his name literally said this morning? He's like, why do you look so put together this morning? And I was like, oh, I washed my hair last night and combed it. I wanted to be like in my fucking turtle shell, like, damn, I must look real bad every other day because I don't comb my hair
like
for shit.
Hot mess. Like,
hot mess express, baby. All right, next one. Oh, no, this one says, you can't do it all yourself. Ask for help.
Oh, do I know who sent that?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, you do. Why?
Show me.
It's not me. Does it matter?
Oh, no. Okay. Honestly, I thought that was somebody else.
Oh.
Anyways, you can't do it all yourself. Yeah, I think that there is a lot of power in humility and offloading somewhere. I don't know. To me, like,
that's me.
I feel as though that was like a lesson that I needed to learn, but also like the second I learned it, it was a very easy lesson. Like, it was a very easy thing to assimilate into my life because it immediately makes you realize like humility is actually such a relief. Like, having the humility to be like, I can't do this by myself. Now it's like, oh wow, so there's way less pressure like to be all that, and like I have help from people, and I build greater community, and I'm actually a happier person, and somebody feels like they're helping and they're a happier person, and then I can help them in ways that I like they need help. Like, it's just like all it does is create this generative drive that makes the world a better place, and I feel like there's no con to asking for help. No,
I think too, a part of it is that like you personally, and we both like battle with this shit, is we help other people, but we don't want to like be a burden and asking somebody for their help. And so we feel like we're annoying as shit to ask people for help. And so it's like that weird, embarrassing, I don't want to be a burden or like be super high maintenance-y. But then once you ask somebody for help and you realize that they're willing to do it, it's like, oh, it really wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah. They actually want to help me.
I will say my threshold to which I ask for help is still
me
high.
too.
Like, I do ask for help a lot more now, but I would say that
I try to do a lot of shit on my own.
Right. Like, the point to which I ask for help is usually like a little bad.
Yeah, I think I'm the type of person that I try to do everything by myself, and then when it gets real bad, I'm like, yo, I need some fucking help.
And she's like, Abigail. Abigail.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah. All right. People are not thinking about you as much as they are. Stop giving a fuck about what other people think and do you.
100%. 100%. Except for they be thinking about me because I'm the shit.
Bro, ain't nobody fucking thinking about anybody around here.
Nobody fucking cares. Honestly, everyone's thinking
people
about their problems.
People are not waking up every day thinking about you on spot. They're not going to bed thinking about you. I mean, maybe some people are.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the select few, like, they might be on your mind, but it's not because they, like, are haters. It's usually because they care about you and they love you.
Right.
So, like, the people that are thinking about you, it's like, you're probably also thinking about them because you guys love each other.
Yeah.
So, like, the people, otherwise, though, like, everyone's out. Yes, everyone's out for themselves. Like, people are inherently selfish. Like, they're thinking about their own problems. They're in their own head. Usually, they'd like to be out of there. They probably like to be thinking about you a little bit more, to be honest, because
instead of thinking about their own shit.
Fuck, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. Like, get me out of my own head and let me hate on you.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where people just feel so judged all day. And like, if you really think about it, how many times did you go to bed thinking about all the people that you saw that day?
Yeah.
Like we help people on a daily basis. I think about people all the time. That's what I love to do, is help other people. But when I go to bed, there are select few people that I think about that are in my inner circle for sure. Because I give a fuck about them and I want to make sure they're good. But it's not like I'm sitting there judging their fucking Instagram and I'm like scrolling through their pictures and scrolling through texts and stuff. Like, just do you.
Yeah.
They're going to fucking be there regardless if they like you.
Yeah.
So like, whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't see any purpose in dwelling on like what other people are thinking about me.
Yeah.
It's like what people think about when it comes to me, what people think about in general is absolutely none of my fucking business.
I actually said that to somebody the other day.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's none of my fucking business. So it's also like, to me, it's kind of like, who the fuck do I think I am that I deserve to like know and also shift what other people think about me?
Right.
Like, what kind of narcissist am I?
Like, what are you gonna? Why would you change yourself?
Let people
for that
have their
person?
own. Yeah, let people have their own fucking thoughts, and don't worry about their thoughts.
Right.
That's theirs.
Yeah.
That's the only privacy.
Like, you're not gonna
motherfuckers
be
get
everybody's
anymore.
cup of tea. You're
Right.
not put on this earth for everybody like you, and you don't like everybody else.
Right.
So what?
Right.
Yeah. So what? Okay. This says give without expecting anything in return.
Ooh. Yeah.
I kind of really like that one.
That's a great lesson. That I had to learn. I probably learned that probably becoming your friend. Like, you and my other friend, like, from years ago, Tolly's, taught me that.
I love
which
that.
is just like give without
expecting.
because you guys do that so well. Like, you guys exemplified that to me, and so I started doing it, and you always get something back. And that's the thing. Like, you always get something back. Even if it's just the joy of knowing you gave something to someone.
Right.
Like, you always get something. You never don't get anything in return, I've realized. And also, like, the second you give it away, I'll find there are certain times where sometimes I'll still give something away. And no, like, I'll go in with no expectation I'm going to get anything back. But it'll kind of be like, I'll feel that, like, latch onto it. And that makes me actually be like, no, now I definitely need to give it away. Because then once I give it away, I'm like, why the fuck do I hold on to this so hard? And also, like, does it really matter? Like, what's the worst that happens? I don't get it back. They don't appreciate it. I get another one.
Right.
I fucking don't talk to them. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I believe in, like, good karma. I think it definitely
yeah.
exists, like, good and bad karma. And I also think that, like, growing up, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's like you get joy in just seeing other people thrive. And so in a way, like, if you have to give something to somebody, or you have to help somebody, or just like compliment somebody, or just like go out of your way for somebody, or you see something and you think of them, so you just buy it for them, like those types of things, I think is just you being kind to others and just like passing it along.
It's just a form of love.
Yeah, it's just a form of caring about. This is so random, but because I said Starbucks and we just said that, I thought of this. But there used to be a thing all the time when I was working at Dunkin' and at Starbucks, and it would be like, you pay it back. And so, like, somebody would randomly in the morning, it just used to happen randomly, be like, hey, I'm going to pay for the car behind me.
How far did it go one time?
It would get really far until somebody was like, hey, let me pay for the car behind me. And they'd be like, I got 18 Frappuccinos in this car behind me. And you're like, ooh, $50 in fucking Frappuccinos. And then it would end. But there'd be streaks of like 20 cars.
That's awesome.
Yeah, especially in the morning, in the early morning, because it's like one coffee or it's a bunch of like cops and police officers and shit like that. But I always thought that was awesome.
The whole team also probably feels a little bit of that love too. Like, the whole team in like Starbucks making these drinks and stuff is just like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And it has to, like, that's an entry I had recently, like a whole thought process that I had this year, which was just like, as I've tried to be able to like be more vulnerable with people and like immerse myself in potential relationship and like be more intimate with somebody, it was, I felt like there was a resistance. And I think it was because it just was like, I don't want to give my love away because I don't want them to use it and abuse that.
Yeah.
And I had this realization. It was like, my love doesn't run out. Like, I can give it however I want, whenever I want, to whomever I want, and have zero expectation of what they do with it. And then I like don't run out. It's like, if they use that or they take advantage of that, then it's like, cool, I have more. Like, I never run out. I have more to give.
Absolutely. And you're never going to change yourself for the way that people use or abuse the way that you love or give off kindness.
Right,
like,
because also that's none of your business.
Exactly.
How they handle whatever love you choose to show them has absolutely everything to do with them and absolutely nothing to do with you. So,
oh, my belly just rumbled. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like you like being kind to somebody or like somebody at work and then being like, well, I don't fucking like her because I don't like her vibes. But I'm not going to treat you any different because I'm not going to change the way that I show affection or do things for other people just because you don't like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just like keeps you true to yourself in a way.
Yeah.
You know? All right. This one says, make more connections and meet more people. Lesson learned. Yeah,
like,
I think
they learned that they need to, or they
like
did.
they need to make more connections and meet more people.
I think that connections is honestly like the ultimate route to success. Oh, the camera died. That's all right.
R.I.P.
We're just gonna keep going for a little bit.
We're almost done anyway.
We're almost there.
I think it's a huge thing. Making connections is fucking massive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think people
yeah.
got away from it because it used to be like the way that you succeed in life is you continuously make connections, you meet people, you go higher up in the job position that you are. And then it was like everything is in social media. You do things by yourself and you're self-sufficient. You grind.
Yeah.
And it's like, no,
it's
bitch.
the solo work.
You can only grind so fucking hard by yourself until you need to find the right people to cultivate that community and connections and teamwork. Like, that's how you fucking grow.
It's 100%. I think that honestly, without connections, you will actually never be a success. Like, you will not achieve great success without connection, unless you are some kind of prodigy.
Yeah.
And even then, like, they still have usually community or mentors or people that they learn from. Like, so yeah, 100% make connections.
Yep. All right, you want me to give you 2 more?
Yeah.
All right, 2 more. This one says, I'll read 2 of the ones that I have, okay? It says, life is way too short for waiting for the next time you'll spend with your family and friends. Call them, see them, and tell them that you love them.
That's a great one.
Fucking facts.
Yeah.
I think I spent a really long, like, family is so, you know how family, like,
so important.
So fucking important to me.
Yeah.
And like, even though I do have a large family, but I don't talk to many of them. And it's like kind of a very big regret of mine because I get to talk to all these people in spurts and I keep up with them, like, just by texting and Facebook and stuff like that. But my, like, core family, I talk to every fucking day.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, when you lose somebody, you're like, fuck. Or like when you're not with them, and holidays, like we were just talking about that the other day, like people grow up not thinking that holidays are a big deal. And to me, even though you might still live with your parents, some people still live with their parents, it's like that is the only time that you should have no excuse but to be with them, put your phone down. You know what I mean? Like I think that people just like take advantage of it way too much.
I don't like holidays for the sake that people will use that as the only time they decide to put their phone down and engage with their family.
Well, I just think it's
they like put up this facade of like there's no issues, and then they spend time with their family. So I see your side as well, which is like it's also a day dedicated to quality time. Yeah, which I think is a beautiful thing. But I think that it's like, if that's your only day, honeys.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't think it should be your only day. And that's why I'm saying I think it's super important for people, like as people get older and you realize like your grandparents started to pass away and like your parents are getting older, your cousins that you haven't seen in years. I hear people all the time like, holy shit, you've grown so much. It's like, right, well, how do we not talk to each other for the last like 10 years? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like time just fucking flies. And then one day it's going to be over.
Yeah. My immediate family, we're actually pretty close.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I think you've gotten closer in the last like year or two. Mm-hmm. Like just from knowing you. I think that you have. I think something that also like comes with age.
Which we've never been. Like we are never a family that's sentimental or really was a quality time family. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a newer thing that we're learning.
Yeah. And I also think it's the same thing with friends. Like I do that all the time. Like I'll be on the phone and be like, okay, love you, bye. Because like, yeah, I love the shit out of you. Like it's one of those things where I'm like,
say I love you. Yeah. Like I'll, even if I have to like yell it in the house before I leave. Or sometimes I've literally left the house, gone back in the house, and gone into my sister's room and said I love you, because I just have like this gut feeling of like, if I fucking leave this house right now and I die and like I don't say I love you to her one more time, it will like it like just that'll ruin me. Yeah. Like it'll ruin my fucking dead soul.
Yeah, I know. People like sometimes you'll rip on me too because I do it in public, well, whatever. But sometimes people rip on me, and fucking my ex used to do it all the time because he'd be like, oh my God, you talk to your family every day. Like, are you never not on the phone? And it's like, well, even though I talk to him every day, like sometimes I'll be like, hey, I can't really talk that long, but hey, what's going on? Like I'll always fucking answer.
Like, inconvenient
but
times.
I will do it at inconvenient times. I will say that. Did you hear that? It's my fucking hot water heater. Blaring. Do you hear that?
Oh my God.
But it's just a fact of like, that's how important it is to me, because if I miss a phone call or I miss something really quick, I'm like, fuck. Like I just need to like hear their voice really quick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just so I think it's important. All right. This is the last one. Okay. And then you can go. All right. It says, shit, where the fuck it go? You'll never have this day back again, so be present.
Yeah. That's a very, very, very good one. This year I've been really working on.
You've been great at that this year.
Huh?
You said you've been great at that this year.
Oh, sweet.
It's all about the experiences.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I've been working on it a lot, trying to be like, when I'm in the moment, be in the moment.
Take advantage of it.
That's why I've been journaling a lot more, meditating a lot more.
Especially in like the whole holiday season, people get like super frantic about money and finances and not going out and not spending time with their friends and but whatever. It's kind of the same thing with like being around your family and telling them that you love them and checking in and whatnot. It's like take advantage of the moment that you have. Like you're not going to be fucking 23, 24, 25 ever again. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be in this day ever again. So just use the day the best you can.
Yeah. Your life is composed of present moments.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my God, what are we doing?